If you grew up in South Africa and you knew of an artist named Carmen, then Lazarus Come Forth will mean a lot to you.
See, brothers, it just seemed like yesterday. I could hear that man say my name. Praise God.
Anyway, I digress. This is a review of the first episode of the Lazarus Project. It's a New Sky original. I wanted to flag it up in case people kind of missed it, didn't hear about it. I thought this was one to talk about, so let's jump in. When George wakes up one day and finds himself reliving a day from months ago, he thinks he's lost his mind. All of his recent milestones have been undone, including his success at work and his marriage to the love of his life, Sarah. Worst of all, he seems to be the only one who has noticed what's happening. So when I started watching this, I kind of breathed a sigh of like depression, going, oh man, we've had so many of these types of timey-wimey stories. We've had a lot of Groundhog Day movies and series of late, and I just didn't want another one because I didn't know that there could be anything new to do with this sort of genre. I'm very happy to say this is how you do a pilot series. Not only is it excellent pilot for a series, but the Groundhog Day gimmick has been used in a way that's very effective in the storytelling device. So rather than them just jumping back and reliving the same time, when things go horribly wrong, that's when time resets. So this is a specialized organization that's been looking after the world for a long time, and our main character, our protagonist, Papa Aizdu, that's the actor's name, George. I probably decimated his name there, sorry. But yeah, so he gets pulled into this organization. Without doing spoilers, he starts learning what it means to protect the world from devastation and all of the things that they've taken for granted. At the same time, all of the things they're gonna have to do to bear with the implications of now living a life. Basically, it's almost outside of time, because everything that you do, you think it's of worth until somebody doesn't do their mission and the world is going to end. They have to hit the kind of reset button, go back to their June 1st day, and they've lost everything that they've accomplished in those months. Everything that sometimes the world just explodes to something really good. Some of that will just be lost. The implications of that is horrific, and you see how that weighs on our character just within the first episode. It also feels like they spent a lot of money just within the first episode to kind of draw people in. So there's big chase sequences, nice kind of slow-mo, not overly used. I thought the acting was very good. You care about the characters. It spends some time at the beginning, so you think you know what it is, a sort of drama, timey-wimey thing. But then it gets into this kind of the sci-fi aspect of it, but keeps it grounded. So you have good special effects. You have good writing in the dialogue, because you feel like that's what you would say in that time. It's not superficial, it's not over the top, it's not overacting. It's just very real world, how you would act in that situation if you found yourself in an organization like this. There's some very cool quirky characters as well that are part of this organization. We find our main protagonist, George. He's kind of a fish out of water, really, because he doesn't really have the skills that the team members do. So we have like a specialist CIA operative. We have those, that are very good at hand-to-hand combat and come back from a black ops kind of background. And here we have this dude somehow has entered this team. And so you're on his side. You're willing his relationship to kind of win out with his wife, but every time there's a reset, something goes wrong. Any little thing that you do could change things, or that you don't do could change things. And then he also is in this world trying to make a difference. And so you're on his team. So I really like that as a formula. And so we have this new formula for the Groundhog Day sort of thing. It looks great. It feels very grounded. It is British. And it's like British to the core. It's a Sky original. So if you're watching this later on and HBO's bought the rights to it, because Sky and HBO do a lot of this cross collaboration. I think eventually all of kind of HBO stuff will be on Sky, or Sky will be merged into the HBO zone. And so if you're watching this later on and you're thinking, well, this is like very British, it is. It was like birthed here, and I'm glad they did that. It feels right, it feels natural, the dialogue is tight. even though it's 8 episodes long, which is a bit longer for a kind of classic British series. It's kind of classic for Sky originals. They tend to go around the 8 to 10 episode mark, around about 45 minutes apiece. I don't feel like it outstayed its welcome, but the pacing definitely slows down in the latter episodes. That's not to say it isn't interesting, and I think you'll find the fruition of what happens later on. But I'm mostly just focusing on this first episode, and I think as a pilot, it's excellent. It's going to grip you. I'm not going to give my overall score just yet. I'm still working my way through the latter episodes, but of those I've seen, it's very entertaining. Love the acting, love the premise. Definitely put it on your watch list if you have Sky. Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.